Yes, let's get rid of that noise on my good stuff. So hi everybody, welcome to this first in a series of 4 classes. I have to cover up looking at myself because that's kind of weird. Thanks for joining from all around the world, from the UK, from all over Europe. I've seen from Hungary, from the Baltic countries, from France, I've seen America also, and from Japan. So we live in very interesting times, don't we? Normally, if I was going to do a class at 11 a.m. in the morning from home, most people would be working. I'm sorry, I can't make that, but we're pretty much all at home. That's that's where we are, and probably for the next few weeks at least too. Tough time for musicians. Tough time for those of us that make our living making music. And those of you that play with bands, of course, it's a wretched time because you're not meeting your friends, you're not playing music every day, you're not rehearsing for anything. And I think that's one of the difficult things that we all have. What are we practicing for sometime in the future? So what I want to do today is to talk to you and do some playing. I hope you've all got your instruments close by, maybe some headphones, because once we start, it'll probably be easier for you to hear what's going on if you're hearing here rather than through a speaker. I want to do some routines with you and help you to think about the fact that music makes us feel good. Playing well makes us feel good. And we can see how the world has turned to music now that we're all in lockdown. Everyone's exchanging videos, making videos, duet videos, band videos on the internet. I think it's amazing. So, I know that the people watching, I know there's some really fantastic professional players watching. Thank you for tuning in. This is not going to be a very advanced session because we have lots of hobby players and young players, very young players. I know there's a 7-year-old from Hong Kong who's watching. So, at least today anyway, it's not going to be too complicated. But some of the most important things that we master as musicians, as brass players, are actually not so complicated, but they're extremely important. So there'll be a lot of that today. And of course, breathing and stretching. Those of you that have been to my classes before, especially if you've been through the RNCM, we don't normally have 11 a.m. warm-up classes. We have 8 a.m. warm-up classes. But not really need for that at the moment. And you don't have to write me on the messages, but I'm sure some of you are still wearing your pajamas. That's the weird time that we live in. So you may be professional, you may be an amateur player, you may be a student, you may be a very ambitious student who really cares passionately about music and perhaps thinking about it for a career. You may be retired, and for you music is just something you've always enjoyed and you want to do it to the best of your ability. Nobody wants to play music badly. Nobody wants to play golf badly, but many people do, because that's... So, I'm not going to give you any golfing tips, although some aspects of the backswing I think are quite useful for us. But anyway, so how are you with your music right now, during these lockdown weeks? Are you trying to keep up your practice the same as ever, as if life was normal? Have you maybe put your instrument in a case for a while, thinking, flipping heck, what the hell's going on? But of course, with not much to do, and many of us without spaces to stretch out, you probably find that your music is a real solace. Maybe you have to practice with a practice mute in all the time, and I do understand that. So have you stopped? Are you deciding that today is the day that you make your comeback? That would be fantastic, and nice to be part of that. So let's think about your routine, because we're here not just to chat about where we are in the world, because I think we all know that. How is your practice routine? Is it the same? Has it evolved over the years? Probably. Do you avoid practicing things that you're not very good at? Possibly, although you shouldn't. And maybe now is a chance to reevaluate during these weeks how you practice and become really ambitious to be a better player, because it makes you feel good. And when we finally get to start playing concerts and playing with your bands again, you'll be at the front of the line, as it were. You know, so I think that's really important. And like I say, playing music makes us feel good, but it's a very social thing. Most of us play with other people. So playing at home leaves many people without a routine, in a quandary. You may have a dusty copy of the Arbon and you think, and then you're faced with this many pages and you don't know how to approach it. So these 4 sessions, I hope, will give you an idea of what are the really important things that you should cover and how we do it and what are the thought processes behind it. And that will lead you on to, I hope, being more ambitious about learning some pieces, replaying pieces you played many years ago when you were young, if you're in that position. So now you have a chance to plan your musical future. New solos, new study books, make some recordings and so forth. So we're going to start, of course, today on Wednesday with the basics. And you know what that is, but it's good to go over it and maybe put a new slant on some of the things that we should be doing. So firstly, what kind of chair are you sitting in? I'm in a kind of rather bouncy kind of music chair, which doesn't normally bounce. And are you comfortable? Because if you're going to play your instrument, you can't be too comfortable. You can watch your computer or your TV like that. But I'm going to ask you to think about what is your best posture right now. How are your shoulders? Are they forward? Do you feel any tension? You can't be nervous, because if you do play, I'm not going to be able to hear you. If I had headphones that could hear each of you, that would be different. So, you know, this is just for you. So posture and relax. So let's sit up straight. I don't know if people are watching you when you're doing this. Hopefully you've given yourself some private time. You've closed the door. We're going to do some singing in a moment, so you might want to close the windows as well. So good posture, nice and relaxed. Now, those of you that have worked with me before know I talk about spaces. And I know we have cornet, trumpet players, horn players, trombone and tuba, but especially for conical instruments like the euphonium. So it nearly blew the paper off my stand. Very important that we think about openness, and that helps with relaxation. And in my experience, the biggest problem that amateur players have is that they get nervous and they don't use any air. That's not a great combination. So we're going to try and unpick that. We're going to try and relax, and good posture helps with that. Actually, you don't have to sit like this to be relaxed. You can sit nice and tall, makes you strong, opens up this space for your breath. But for now, we're going to think about those spaces. And most importantly, as we go through, I want to emphasize the mental aspect of you being positive. You all label yourself where you are. Oh, I'm no good, I can't do this, and when I get nervous, I can't do this. So we're going to try and unpick some of the negative baggage that we carry around us, and think only positive thoughts. So those are the first basics that I want to talk about. The way you sit, the relaxation you have, the spaces that help our lips vibrate, and then being really positive about everything you do. It may not sound amazing in the beginning. You may not like the first sounds that you make, but be positive that good sounds and improvement on a daily basis are coming. Okay, so we are going to do a little bit stretching. I've just moved back now because I'm going to be doing things like this. Right, have you done any exercise today? Maybe you've had your early morning walk, maybe you've walked the dog, maybe you've just put your dressing gown on and come down and sat in front of your computer. That's okay. So we're going to start by a little bit stretching. So put your instrument down. Hopefully you're not going to garrot yourself with your headphones while we do this. But we're going to breathe in very gently, and we're going to lift the arms up like this. Now do that with me 3 times, okay? Stay relaxed, don't squeeze the air. Right, if you do have any stress in your body or you don't feel comfortable, you'll probably find that you're working in steps. Steps are not cool. Okay, we want to be smooth. Let's try one more. Smooth, legato as possible. Okay, now we're going to work this way. We're going to start with your arms right ahead. We're going to breathe in. We're going to bring the arms back, nice and relaxed. And allow your body just to move forwards and back. Okay, let's try this 5 times. Okay, here we go. Start with your arms here and gently breathe in. Two. Keep the air free. 3. 2 more. And slower. And go back to that nice posture. You see, there's so many things for me that go into playing well. It's not just about learning the music. It's actually making your body feel good, focused, being really positive about everything that you're doing. Okay, so now we're going to do a few breathing exercises. We did obviously some air with that. And people say, oh, breathing exercises. But you know, as I said, most people have problems with being nervous and not breathing well. And actually not breathing well creates the nerves, in my opinion. And then nothing functions well. So the 3 spaces, or the spaces I talked to you about a few minutes ago. One is here. See if you can make yourself yawn. I think I can, actually. And when you see somebody yawn, you normally do it as well. So that's the first space. And why is that important? Why can't we just... Why can't we breathe like that? Because we want quality air at no extra price. Quality air is air that's not restricted. Now, most people have some restriction here. As you get older, as life imposes itself on you. But this is really important. So try to take a breath now as silently and as deeply as you can. Let's go. Maybe, like me, you're going to probably yawn again. But that's a good sign. Yawning is good. I remember when I was a kid, singing at Boscombe Salvation Army on a Sunday morning. As soon as we started singing the hymn, I became very embarrassed because I would yawn my way through most of the verses. Not because I was particularly tired. I never really understood why. But because I sang in such an open way, it triggered the yawn. And most players, I don't really think... I think they don't think about this space enough. Now, the second space is the singer's space. Oh! Now, here's our first song. It's not a song. I want you to sing a note with me, okay? As if you're standing on the stage of the opera house. Oh! Okay, take a big breath. Sounds pretty good. No, you know I can't hear you, but I'm sure it did. Oh, let's have a go. Oh, and you know, I make many parallels with singing and playing, because when you sing, you're really not stressed. Try and sing that and be stressed. Oh, it just doesn't happen. Because we did it since we were kids, and we did it well since we were kids. And the third space that's going to be important for us is this space between the teeth. You probably never, you think about the lips and where these are, but that essential space to let out the quality air that you've taken and then putting it through that resonant space is so important. So as we do the breathing exercises now, I don't want you just to take lots of air. I want you to take lots of air in a really good way. Breathe like a giant. Okay, let's breathe in for 1 second and out for 6. Okay, I'll kind of count with you. In fact, I have a metronome. It'll be even better. 1 in, 6 out. Here we go. Again. Now, if you say, oh, that's me finished already, because you're dizzy, you're doing it wrong, or you've been on the what's it already this morning. Let's slow it down. Make a big space here. If your air goes low, you should not become troubled by this. 1/6 at a slow speed. One more. Okay, I think it's really good to time your breaths, create some aspect of control rather than just, it's so depressing. Okay, we're going to slow down a bit more. Now, 1/4, 1/6, 1/8, 1/10. Okay, 1 second in, 4, 6, 8, 10. And the rule is, especially as the numbers get bigger, sustain the air. Okay, you don't want 10 seconds of diminuendo. Neither do you want and hoping that no one's looking at you. Okay, 1/4, 1/6, 1/8, 1/10. Good posture. Get those spaces open. Open your eyes. Breathe. Good to be alive, even during these crazy days. I can see you. You run out of breath after 7 seconds. It happens. Don't worry. So we'll do 8 and 10 once more. What could you do better? If you were successful, then just take more air and use more air. That's what good players do. If you found that you took a rushed, thank you, my friend. If you took a breath that had tension, then take a breath without tension. If you found that you used the air too quickly, then pace yourself. 1/8, 1/10. Here we go. You see, second time is always better. And if you never do that, then do it 2 or 3 times during the day when you're walking around doing stuff or in the garden. Become aware of the air. Aware of the air. Don't just play and think, I guess I'm using some air. Be in control. Okay. We're going to take one more breath. So this is the last breathing exercise for today. We'll develop all of them each day. And if you can't make tomorrow or the day after, we record them and you can watch them like it's a series on Netflix or something. Okay, so here's the final breath for today. most of us breathe in what we know as the comfort zone, which for most people is on a good day. But we've got to get out of the comfort zone. In fact, no, we have to make our comfort zone bigger. So why stop here when you could go and why stop when you could go and then everything's going to work better. Trust me, I've done this before. Okay, so how does this exercise work? We take a big breath, we stop, and we take another one on the top. Some of you will know if you've been classes with me, you go, yeah, I know this one. But do you do it every day? No. Okay, so big breath plus one looks like this. A strange hissing noise at the end. So the big breath, like you breathe, and then like you're drinking a cup of fine English tea. And then we exhale. And when you think you're empty, the only time I'll use a resistance with the breath is just to make sure the exhale is complete. So we try it together. 1 plus 1 out and hiss. Don't stop too early. Let's try it again. And recover. Good. Plus 2 in high speed. But we do it slowly. I should have reminded you to be relaxed because it's very easy to create a lot of stress with that. Okay, and you can practice that at your leisure. And now we'll do 3, which is the last one in the series. By all means, do more if you wish. So 3 is do it nice and slow. Posture, spaces, relax. Positivity. If you can, try that a few times before I see you tomorrow. That would be really great. Now, we've got to fix this part. You may say, well, my lips are really weak and I haven't practiced much. That's okay. You can, if you do the right things, you can get back very quickly. A couple of days, really. So, take your fingers and put them at the side of your mouth here. How strong are we? You may say, I don't appear to have any muscles at all. You can if you kind of make them there. Okay, now think about that line. This is what we have to train up with a lot of our daily exercises. And this is going to get more strong by doing less movement. So if you play, when you do your flexibilities, let's try and stabilize everything. So just, I'm glad this is not a mirror, and you're probably glad I can't see you, but just you can see me. I'm sorry about that. Just try this. And I'm actually trying to blow my little iPhone over. And as you do it, think about this, okay? So a blast of air at your computer screen or iPad. Cool. Relax the body more and do it again. Second one is better because we've got the fixed position, but we're not playing in any way like that. There's no aspect of playing that's going to benefit from that kind of rigid tension. So straight line air, a tube of air. If you wish, blow in this direction. Let's try it once more. Bigger breath, longer jet of air. And be aware of that. Okay, now, what's the job of the lips? Just to vibrate. You may say, well, my lips do all sorts of things. They really shouldn't. Their job is to vibrate. And if your air is good, then the job of the lips, the job of the muscles here is to protect the vibration that's going to happen in the middle. So I have a little technique which I call flapping. No, not the Donald Trump flapping, but this flapping. Now, you may have done that before. You may do it when you're cold, but we're going to try and tune it up. 2 different notes. Try it. Now you may find that yours is a bit wild and crazy. That's okay. You can tame that beast. Once more. Good. 3 tones. Good. You can always give your computer screen a wipe down afterwards. 4 tones. Good. Take your time with that. If you want to impress somebody in the house, what did you learn this morning? That'll teach you to go on the internet. Okay, and then easy for trombone players. Here we go. Relax more. Probably by now you want to do that to your face. You've created some fantastic sonic vibrations in your lips. It's a good therapy. I always do it a little bit before I start to play, maybe 20 seconds. And after a long practice session, 2 hours, if you're just tuning in, sorry about that. But great therapy for getting the blood flowing through the muscles. Okay, so always relax. Always be positive. Always use spacing. Good spaces. Now, take your mouthpiece. You may say, uh-oh, I never do mouthpiece buzzing. It's going to sound terrible. Yeah, maybe it will if you don't do it a lot. If you do it a little bit, let's think about what we're doing it. And if you do mouthpiece buzzing a lot, then, you know, just stay along for the ride. Hold the mouthpiece with just 2 fingers. I always find it interesting when people hold it, you know, like it's a heavy rock. 2 fingers. Put it on the lips, and the first thing we're going to do, put it in what you think is the perfect position. Nope. And 4 seconds of air. Now, without the distraction of listening to your sound or tuning, we can focus on how the air is moving. And if you did it well, you should feel that your body is supporting that column of air. There's no resistance, nothing to get blocked here. So let's try 4 seconds, 6 seconds with air. If you wish, you can also do, yeah, come on, do it. You got 2 hands free. I guess, unless you're multitasking. 4 seconds. And then 6. Just air, no buzzing. 6. Okay, resist the temptation to get softer all the way through. Cool. So we've got a good position. We're making a connection between breathing exercises and the exercise with the mouthpiece. So now we're going to relate it to the voice. So if you're a little bit nervous about buzzing and worried what it's going to sound like, if we connect it to the voice and how we sing, it's going to be really easy. So whatever pitch you are, yes, you also wish I hadn't done that. We're going to sing it and then we're going to play it. And we're not going to think when we come to the mouthpiece, because then your muscles will start to try to do too much. Here we go. Let's try it. Stay relaxed. 1, 2, 3 spaces. And be positive. Yes, you can do this. Let's try it. And although it's just 2 inches worth of metal, it's an instrument for now. And it's the closest thing that we connect our voice to the instrument. So don't like it's some kind of giant insect flying around the room. This is music, my friends. Try it once more. And full tone. If you find that you're beginning the note, try not to. A lot of people overuse the tongue. Da, dum, either a strong da, D sound or a relaxed da sound. Let's try the 5th. Try it once more. If you find that something is shaking, it kind of happens more as you get older. It also happens if you breathe high, because then you're asking the lips to do multiple jobs. Support the air, control the air. No, the lips have to vibrate. And so if you play from here, the tone should stay half decent. So this is our last buzzing for now. We'll do some more tomorrow. The 5th, here we go. Hum, hum, good breath. So again, well done. If you have some time during the day, do it up and then come down. So we're not doing crazy stuff with the mouthpiece. I want you to focus here. Play from here. Stay relaxed. Think of the sound that you want. And don't over tongue it. We can do tonguing exercises, and we will with the mouthpiece tomorrow. Okay, take your instrument. Let's go back to the posture. with your instrument. Whether you're playing a cornet, a trumpet, or the biggest B-flat tuba, find a way that works for you that also keeps this in a very good way. Okay, if you're going, or anything that twists your body or makes your arms in an uncomfortable position is not good. This is one of the basics that it's amazing. I go around in a workshop. Why are you holding your instrument here? Why is this hand bent? Why are you twisting here? So nice straight position. And again, we connect it to the breath like we did with the mouthpiece. 4 seconds of great air. Without a diminuendo, and no accidental buzzing, because that means your lips are too close together. Imagine you're letting the water out. 4 seconds. No diminuendo. You promise no diminuendo. Do it again. Just to show how amazing you are, we now do 8 seconds. You can do this. 8. Of course you can. We can do 10. 10 is the last one for now. Let's go. Good posture. Relax. Be positive. Open those spaces and control the air. 10 seconds. Very good. Okay. Now, how do you start when you practice? I know some people's warm-up routine. Right. Or as Roger Webster once joked to me, he just put his cornet on the radiator. So we are going to start with some very easy open notes. So I'm going to call these notes in treble clef pitch in B-flat. So we're going to go C, G, C, G, C. If you're transposing, do it like this. Yes, I know this is easy, but every tone, fantastic. We are going to do legato. We're not going to da, da, like the best voice. Let's take a good breath. Let's do it together. Some of you should be thinking, should I play this straight tone or with vibrato? I think, certainly in a warm-up, just to keep things nice and relaxed, a little bit vibrato is okay. But honestly, not heavy. It's not big, it's not clever. Try and keep everything gentle with a little lyrical sound. Now we're going to go down through the vowels. So that means dee da 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 dee, ba dee 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 da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 be da da da, and then we'll stop. Okay, so enjoy it. Don't forget, every time you breathe, breathe like a giant and use that air. 1, 2, 3. Try to sustain that last note, okay? It's about you being in control rather than other forces controlling you. And if you feel that your notes are not changing smooth enough, sing it twice for every one time that you play it. I won't do it now because time's running. And if you don't have any vocal concepts that you're using, then the notes do that. You're not going to want to play that for anyone, really. Okay, so do that. And as you go down, and those low notes, the A flat, and the G, sustain through. If you want to use a metronome, set it nice and slow. Let's just try it once more with a metronome. That speed. Starting on C, G, C. 1, 2, 3, and sustain. Quality to the end. 1, 2, 3. Breathe like a giant. Great, well done. Now, one other exercise of that. There's many. To be honest, you know, when we talk about the warm-up, there's probably 10 or 15 things we could start with. So we'll start with something else tomorrow. But let's just concentrate on getting a rich, low tone, because that's just the basis for everything. Your house has a foundation, thank goodness. Otherwise, the first storm, it would blow away. It has to be the same for your sound and your musicality. So, C, B flat, C, A flat, C, G, C, F sharp. And if you're feeling good and you've got energy, then really play through this, okay? So let's do it together. 1, C, B natural. 1, 2. Sure, on the bigger instruments, those low notes will take a lot of air. Everything connects with these basic exercises. Cool. We're now just going to play up a C scale, longer phrases, so like this. Big instrument like euphonium, you can breathe once in the middle. If you're a cornet trumpet, you've got to do the whole lot in one breath. Good sound, smooth, every note, the best quality. Hello. Here we go. 1, 2. Well done. Let's repeat it with a little bit articulation. And trust that every note is going to have the same precision, the same beginning. 1, 2, 3. about this about half an hour ago. Try and keep this nice and strong. Now we're going to go down. Okay, good sound. Let's make this nearly forte. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Bom, 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 bim. Keep the sound good. In tune. Sustain. Good. Well done. I say good. I have no idea what you did. It may have been. I go, good. Anyway, I like to be encouraging. Now, we're going to start on low treble clef G. Euphonium players use your fourth valve. And we'll do it legato. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Good, let's go down. Etc. 1, 2, 3. Once more. 1, 2. Well done. I say again, well done. As you go lower, try and keep the notes the same volume. If you wish, increase them slightly, but don't make the low notes go softer. No, you're going to have to compensate and stay very open. And for low brass players, when we do high range stuff tomorrow, we'll talk more about the ooh range. So all those low tones. Right, time to do some flexibility. If we're going to keep these muscles strong, we need to work them. So we'll start with some pitched air. Let's get a little closer. Are you still there? How many people? I haven't looked at my computer for a while. 229 people watching. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. Now, flexibility is one of the hardest things that brass players do. In fact, many never really manage flexibility. That's changing notes without using the tongue. So for me, it's very important. Now, this is a concept I used that I haven't seen a lot of other teachers using it. In no way am I saying that this is a unique or copyright idea. But I want to get this change of notes easy. I guess it stems from my singing background. So if I think, what's moving here? Nothing. What's moving inside? Small, very small movements. Just try and sing that at your own pitch. Sing it a few times. Same deal, of course. And if you're timid about singing and you're sitting this one out, like, I don't sing, sing. We've lost generations, or a couple of generations of singers now. When I was a high school teacher, everyone sang in the school assembly, and it was so uplifting. It was almost emotional. Nobody sings anymore. Try that one a little faster. 1, 2. What's very interesting for me is that the air, of course, is constant. When we sing, we don't go ah 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 ah. If you want to sing like that, go ahead. Now I'm going to take my starting soon welcome sheet of paper to demonstrate something else. So I'm not going to ask you to rush to find a sheet of paper now, but if you could have one of these tomorrow, any paper, not too thick, you're making life too difficult, and not toilet paper, don't waste it. Because I want constant air. Think of this as like a sail on a boat. And I'm amazed that a lot of people go, so the very notes that need more air don't get it. So think about a sheet of paper, and you can play around with this when you replay this, or as soon as this video is finished in about 15 minutes or so. Let's go back to the flexibility. How is that applicable? This can stay still. This gets strong, stays strong, becomes stronger. In this lockdown, if you're not practicing, and you say, oh, my lip's no good, or my lip's gone, it's all because this actually hasn't been worked. And all the other things that coordinate with it haven't been able to coordinate. So well done for being here. And now use this as a springboard to getting back into shape. Now take your first finger. Hopefully don't drop your instrument. The sound of dropping metal. And do that now, pitched air with a finger just touching. Try it 5 times. Okay, now, how does that connect? Let's take our instruments again. Put the mouthpiece now on the lips as if it's the finger, and just blow that air. Okay, try it a few times. Breathe like a giant and get that interval of a fourth, okay? Now that's a lot of air to pass through. If you haven't had breakfast or you're breathing too high, you're probably sitting there thinking, stop it. Breathe better and that won't happen to you. Okay, so we're not going to start with anything too fast, but we will start with C, G. Only tongue the first note. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I hope that's okay. I hope you didn't go. Don't jump on the notes, okay? That's where the vocal, the breathing, and this all connect to the instrument. Every note pure gold. 1, 2, try it. A little faster. Keep strong. Keep the spaces open. Be positive. Make it happen. 1, 2, 3. Keep strong. A very quick story. Years ago, I was with a very famous French horn player from Chicago Symphony Orchestra. We had a summer course, and we were sitting outside, and I said, I'm sorry, excuse me, I have to go and practice now. And he said, oh, I'll stay here and practice. He didn't have an instrument. And within a second, he went and just sat there for like a minute and as I was thinking my reaction. And he just sat with his muscles strong. And then we talked about it, explained that when he travelled with the orchestra, that they had sometimes no chance to practice on an aeroplane. No aeroplane nowadays, no problem. Sorry. So think about maybe once or twice during the day, make these muscles go strong and hold them like that for a minute. Anyway, that's going to help you with these. Now, back to the plot. Let's try this sequence together. Maybe it's a bit quick for you, but it's okay. No one's sitting next to you going, oh, that wasn't very good. It's just you and me and your phone or your computer. Where we start. Ya da 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 dee, da 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 dee, da 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 da. 1, 2, 3. Okay, did you manage to keep in time with me? I'm sure many of you are going, yes, of course. Good news is more difficult stuff is coming the next 3 days. If you didn't find you could keep that in tune, then sometime today, take a metronome. Da da dee da dum. But if you forget to take a good breath, nothing will work. If you just go, you'll be breathing, you'll be stopping. Good air is the same price as bad air. Good air is the same price as bad air. Choose good air. Let's do it once more, and then we'll do our final exercise of the day for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. For many of you, it may seem simple, but the more we can do the basics, the better. I'm also going to ask you to keep your eyes open, not just open, but open when you play that exercise. There's such a strong connection between that and that. You can try afterwards. Try it with your eyes closed and try it with your eyes open, and you can feel the difference. So people say, oh, it's concentration. It's actually, normally it's a stress. Okay, so good luck with that. We'll do some more flexibility tomorrow. We're going to do the final part. The last 10 minutes will go just over. Some of you still watching. 232. It's enough to keep going 10 minutes. Hope you're enjoying this. Articulation. Your tongue has got lazy. You may have done lots of talking. You may have done lots of eating. Time to put away the biscuits, my friends. Let's concentrate on single tongue. Da. I want you to say that for me. Da. For now, as if you're throwing a dart onto my nose. Da. Da. Clearer. Da. Sharper. Da. 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 Okay. You may say, well, that doesn't sound very musical, Steve. It's okay. But a lot of people go, the, and variations on TH, a nice clear letter D. If you are a cornet or trumpet professor and you are cursing your phone and say it should be the letter T, you're right. For you guys, letter T is better. For horns down, will release cleanly, perfectly, and allow the air to travel. Da, da, da. For a big instrument, the T sound is more of a block for the air. Okay. Da, 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. You may have been fine on the first couple, but then da, 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 da. So your tongue needs training, just as your dog needs walking. Otherwise, bad things happen. Try it once more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. Let's concentrate on the last one. Da, 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 da. Now, it's not speed here, it's precision. Because if you were honest with yourself, it's quite possible da 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 da. They're not all the same. You may have one bad one for every 4 good ones. Imagine you're sitting with a snare drum. So let's try it once more. Da 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 da. We'll do a whole sequence of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Okay, now if that's a bit quick for you, spend today walking around going and da 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 da. Your friends and family would think you've completely lost the plot. The lockdown has finally got you. No, this is good stuff for the future. Da 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 da. You got that? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Once more. Da 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 excuse me. I had some water here for good reason. I am fine. I do not have the virus. Now, take your instrument. We're going to play that on a middle G. Treble clef G, concert F. Now, tomorrow I have a whole sequence of exercises based on what we've done today. So if you can work on the things we did today, that would be great. And the next days, every day is going to get slightly more difficult. If you've got friends that want to join us tomorrow, please let them know. Be great to see everybody here. So we're now going to try this. And please don't double tongue the last one. I am listening. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep the sound good. Once more. 1, 2, 3. What should we be thinking about? A good air through good spaces. Relax, keep strong, and be positive. Now we're going to go down the scale. We'll start with G, that sequence again, same sequence on F, on E, on D, and then C. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well done, folks. Thank you for joining me for this first session. If you've got some time today, think about your posture. Do those breathing exercises, different numbers, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Do some nice controlled mouthpiece exercises with your instrument. Sing more. Spend a day singing a little bit more. Your body's going to get more relaxed and then more focused. Relaxation and focus together. Lots of low tones. Work on your flexibility. And tomorrow we explore some higher and low range. We'll do some more double tongue exercises tomorrow. We'll do some different harmonic exercises. We'll build some high range. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Stay positive and see you soon. Okay, bye.